There's this thought experiment called Schrödinger's cat. You may have heard of it. In this experiment, there's a cat placed into a sealed container with a small amount of radioactive material that decays randomly. When it decays, it triggers a device that sets off a poison or an explosive of some kind that kills the cat. The idea is basically that because what triggers the poison or explosion is on a quantum or very small scale, the cat can wind up in what's called a superposition of being both dead and alive simultaneously. Until, of course, the container is opened and an observation collapses the superposition into one or the other states. This experiment was conceived in 1935 by Erwin Schrödinger in a discussion with Einstein to illustrate his critique of the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, which was basically a debate between whether or not conscious observation or measurement collapses the quantum superposition. The cat was a metaphor for the particles. Now stay with me here, I know this is complicated, but superposition is basically this weird phenomenon that happens on the quantum scale where basically particles can be in two seemingly opposite states simultaneously, like being a wave and a particle at the same time, or being a spinning up particle and a spinning down particle simultaneously. It was debated for a very long time on whether or not light was a wave like sound or a particle like matter. It was determined through the dual slit experiments that light behaves as both a wave and a particle. The dual slit experiments were performed exclusively with light until 1961. After that, the experiment was done with electrons, which behaved similarly. The interference pattern was the same as light, which proved that electrons were like light in that they can behave both as a particle and as a wave. The scientists seeking to understand exactly what was going on placed tools within the experiment right up next to the slits to observe exactly what was happening when the electrons passed through the slits. Amazingly, this changed the outcome of the experiment, and the electrons began to behave as particles exclusively, and no longer like waves. The scientists were understandably baffled by this, and it's the reason for the title of this video. The soul is often considered to be synonymous with consciousness, and if conscious observation changed the outcome of the experiment, is it possible that that proves the existence of the soul? As I mentioned with the Copenhagen interpretation, some think that it does, and some think that it's measurement, simply measurement, that changes the outcome of the experiment. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. If I had to pick one, I would go with it proves the existence of the soul, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised to find out determinately that it was otherwise. It's super interesting to ponder on why there's a difference at all between the behaviors of particles on a quantum level and on a normal scale. Like, this obviously wouldn't work with the cat, right? If you actually performed Schrödinger's cat experiment with a real cat, the cat would be dead or alive before you opened the container. But that isn't the case on a quantum scale. But is everything not made up of quantum particles? So what's going on there? How does that work? I'm not a particle physicist, but I'm pretty sure that they don't understand either. Another crazy thing about quantum mechanics is quantum entanglement. And when Einstein was confronted with this phenomenon, he called it spooky action at a distance. That quantum superposition that we were talking about gets even weirder. When two particles are paired and both in a quantum superposition, and one is measured, it collapses into one or the other, spinning up or spinning down. And no matter how far away the second particle is, it instantly collapses into the opposite. Chinese scientists broke the record on the distance that this phenomenon occurred. They sent a satellite up into space with one of the particles of the pair and kept the other on the ground. And when they measured one, the other instantly collapsed into the opposite state, even though it was 745 miles away. The implications of this discovery are profound. Imagine, if you will, an internet that spans the galaxy, connecting all of the human colonies of the future with a zero-ping internet. Imagine being able to FaceTime someone on Mars with perfect clarity. Communication, instant communication over any distance, would surely be one of the most significant technological advancements in history. Quantum entanglement is also the basis for how quantum computers operate. They take advantage of the superposition of particles to increase the amount of computing power that can be harnessed. Classical computers operate with ones and zeros, or bits, right? Quantum computers operate with double the amount of information in one bit, a qubit or quantum bit. Instead of a 1 and a 0, it's a 0, 0, a 0, 1, a 1, 1, or a 1, 0. This effectively doubles the amount of computing power available in one bit or qubit. The scaling is kind of insane, right? If you have 1 qubit, you have 4 points of information. 2 qubits, you have 8. It doubles each time you add a qubit. So when you start getting to higher numbers, I think the biggest quantum computer so far has like 400 something qubits. That is an insane. It's just double that first 4, just keep doubling it 400 something times. Well, if you think that's crazy, IBM is working on a computer. They plan to finish a 100,000 qubit computer by 2033. That, compared to a classical number of bits, is unfathomable. Truly, I don't even think we probably do have a name for the number, but I don't know it. You probably don't know it either. It's probably some weird ass name that's just way, 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 way past quadrillion. And if you were to try and build a classical computer that had the same amount of computing power, you would probably need to be able to reorganize all of the atoms in the universe multiple times. I know we got a little off topic here, but I just think this stuff is so interesting. And if you do too, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell for more videos every single day. Today is day 35 of me challenging myself to post every single day. I am currently at 53 subscribers at the time of making this video, and 75% of my viewers are new viewers, so chances are you don't know about my goal to get to 150 subscribers. When we do, I'm going to purchase a $150 ice tub and post a video of me taking the plunge for the very first time. So if you want to see that, then sub for the tub. To continue the new tradition of ending my videos with an important reminder, memento mori, or remember death. The Dalai Lama, the Buddhist religion's leader, when asked what surprised him most about humanity, answered, man, because he sacrifices his health to make money, then he sacrifices his money to recuperate his health. He then becomes so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he lives neither in the future or the present. He lives as if he is never going to die, and then dies having never really lived. Don't be like that. Live your life to the fullest. Memento mori. Alrighty, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day and or night, and I hope you have an incredibly fulfilling life. Okay, bye-bye.